All right, folks. So it is day 189 of the year, and it is a Friday. It is the 8th of July, and I'm going to do a weigh-in this morning. Haven't done one in a while. But just to show you, it is 6:55 a.m. the 8th of July, 2022. Like I said. Past 3 weeks have been very difficult for me because of my wife's surgery and recovery. It's kind of like I've mentioned in the past couple of days, that it's like you're responsible for two people's routine at the same time. But she just got her ability to drive back this week, so I'm hoping to see some turnaround very soon for myself. But anyway, this is what we're dealing with on the scale. Right here. I am not proud of this at all. But I'm not ashamed either, or I wouldn't be standing here now.
Your weight is 284 pounds.
So you see that we're at 284 pounds, so we're about 10 pounds up than from the 3 weeks ago when sorry, it's early, too early for all that light. So we're about 10 pounds up from 3 weeks back when my wife went in for her surgery. We're going to discuss that today, because I seen recently where someone brought willpower into question, and thinks willpower can only get you so far. This person is a promoter of a very specific type of diet. In fact, this person has a couple million of subscribers on YouTube, based around based solely around this very specific type of diet. And bringing willpower into question is kind of an asinine statement from someone like that, because this very same person has spoken of their very specific diet and intermittent fasting in the same breath. My weight gain comes from dipping outside of my window over the past couple weeks. I have been in a really stressful environment, trying to keep things going, and I have kind of slid off that wagon of paying attention to that scale, which is why I'm bringing it to everyone's attention today in hopes to turn myself and my actions around. And there's other factors that play a role in it too, but those are the main factors, just dealing with everyday life. And yeah, I mean, I have given into food cravings, especially in the nighttime hours where I should not have been. And once you kind of break that intermittent fasting cycle, it's a little harder to jump back on that bandwagon. It takes all of your focus and willpower to get back on it. That's just all there is to it. Now, these people out there with their very specific diets know this very well. They have to maintain in this way in order to keep their appearance and their weight low. in order, for people to keep watching them, because their income and their success relies on that very factor of these people, need to watch what I have to say. They have to come back to me because I am stuck in this loop, and they become a little bitter in life. I mean, I've watched a lot of channels and gurus out there, and if you really pay attention to what they have to say, they become very bitter in their comments, because what they really are is they're stuck in this endless loop of something to talk about, this very specific topic, and it becomes repetitive, and it is all they have to fall on. And if there's people out there, doing something else that's going to knock that fad, yes, I said fad, very fad diet off of its throne, then they stand to lose a lot. They either have to go with the flow and say, okay, well, I was wrong, maybe I should have tried this other way, and it seems to be working, and how healthy it is, and they have to change their whole personality, their persona, around something else. But they're not going to do that, not without a fight. They need you to believe that their way is the only way. But it's not. I've got 5-6 months under my belt, proven that you can eat whatever the hell you want as long as you pay attention to time restriction in the right way. And you do have to cut down on calories. That is a big thing too, because if you're not doing some sort of calorie restriction along with time restriction, then you're not gonna lose. You're gonna continue to I'd say you can at least maintain doing it that way, because you still got the time restriction in place, so you can at least maintain. You're not going to gain a ton, but you will be stuck at a standstill without some sort of restriction. And it's the same with every other diet out there. I don't care what you're eating, calories is calories. You eat 3,000 calories worth of meat, you're going to see a standstill or a gain. You eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories of vegetables, you're going to see a standstill or a gain. You got to have a little bit of restriction in there in order to have continued success, or have success in general. And I'm about to prove that to you once again. I'm going to lose this 10 pounds very quickly by doing my intermittent fasting schedule, and by reducing calories to 2,000 and under per day. I know I've calculated my calories. There's plenty of calorie calculating sites out there that you can type your height, your weight, your age, and everything in, and your gender, and it will calculate for you an estimated, and usually they give you 3 estimates of a very low weight loss per week, like a pound to a half a pound a week. Then they give you an estimate of 1 to 2 pounds a week, and then they give you an extreme estimate, which should be about 1,500 calories or under, is what they would consider extreme weight loss, where you could lose more than that 1 to 2 pounds a week, like 3 to 5 pounds a week. Or so eating anything less than the 1,500, of course, the less you eat, the greater the result. And they also tell you in those calorie calculating sites about the zigzag effect, and that is kind of the method that I used to follow. I did not know I followed it that way, but that is kind of what I do. Well, I always called it because this is the way I was brought up. This is the way we done it when we were teenagers. We had no idea it was called a specific thing, or someone came up with a specific name for it. Everything that you think that you've put in place or that was just revolved around you, turns out that someone else has already done it out there most of the time. It's not a one-of-a-kind original like you thought it was. So we'll call it what it is so people can go find the information and understand for themselves how zigzagging works. Alright, zigzagging works like this. One day you eat upwards of 2,000 calories, or to your limit, which mine was somewhere around 2,500 to maintain my current weight, which is, don't want to maintain my current weight. So, 2,000 to 2,300 calories a day, and I lose a little amount of weight, if I was to do that specific amount every day. And you can plateau on that and come to a standstill. The zigzagging defeats the plateau effect altogether by, let's just say you eat 1,500 or under 2 to 3 days a week, and then you jump it up to around 2,000 or so. After you go through a few days of that kind of cycle, or you could do it every other day. You could do 1,500, 2,000, 1,500, 2,000, 1,500, 2,000, zigzagging back and forth, and that yields great results because your body does not have a chance or time to get used to what you're doing. You're consistently throwing it off. You're consistently throwing it off in such a way to where it's thinking, well, I got more today, I can expel more. I got less today, I have to hold on, but then all of a sudden you give it that big jump in calories, and then it has to let go of the previous waste and stuff, that it doesn't need. So that's kind of how zigzagging works. Best of my ability to explain it. There's a lot of information on it out there. You can Google it for yourself. It's a thing. And that is the method I'm going to be following starting today. And we're going to drop this 10 pounds off, and we're going to continue with our 100 pounds weight loss for the year. And to the individuals that say willpower doesn't matter, willpower is not a thing, let me see you do your diet and just eat whatever you want as long as it's friendly to your diet, day and night. And let me see you lose a whole bunch of weight doing it that way. Then I will jump on your very specific program and be a believer, and I will write those words on a big submarine sandwich and I will eat them. But until you can do that, you leave willpower alone. Willpower is the only superpower that God give us, and willpower is what keeps you in check on your very specific diet and your lifestyle of influctuation coming in through all of your social media views. If it wasn't for willpower, you wouldn't be able to maintain your current position in order to fool the sheep grazing in your pasture. Okay, I'm done. But I'm really not done. I'm just getting started, but I'm done with this conversation for now. We'll talk to you later. Alright, folks, so it is still early morning. It is about 15 after 8 now. And I am on the porch and I'm having me a cup of black coffee. This is something that I tolerate. I am not addicted to coffee like a lot of people are. But it is one of the most important key factors in part of my weight loss. There's something about black coffee that actually helps you lose weight. You absolutely have to drink it black, though. You have to tolerate it. You have to acquire a taste for it. you can struggle through a beer, and you know that just like I do, when you drink your first one, it's the nastiest thing you ever drank in your life, or your first shot of liquor, or whatever. You know it's all acquired taste. But the results, just like with a beer, the results are you get a buzz from it, or you get intoxicated from it, and you like the way that makes you feel, and so you continue to try it and do it to have that effect. Well, this is no different. The only difference is you don't get intoxicated from it. It helps you lose weight and helps your overall health. At one time, they thought black coffee, drinking it would dehydrate you. They've done studies on it now, and they say it actually does not do that. It actually helps with hydration. So it's one good thing about it. It's mostly water. But there's something about it that helps aid in digestion of food. And I don't drink it as much as I should. And if you're worried about the caffeine from it or whatever, they say that the decaf has the exact same effect. So that's the good news of it. The bad news of it is you got to acquire a taste for it if you don't have one already, like me. And I have not been drinking this for the past 3 weeks. So I got to go get me some more decaf, because I drink the decaf in the evening after my window closes. You can drink it outside of your window and be just fine. It has nothing to do with the fasting. It has no calories. It actually helps aid you in your weight loss. That's all there is to it. I mean, if you want to do this, if you want to have success, make this a part of your program. I know it doesn't taste good. I know it's not refreshing. But I found the more I tolerate it, the better I become at it. And it is very helpful in helping with digestion, like I said, and aiding in your weight loss. So it's a very important part of it. Just some advice, take it with a grain of salt. If you can't do it, it's not necessary on the protocol that I follow, but it does boost results. It boosts results. I mean, people mix up worse stuff, to help aid in weight loss that doesn't taste the greatest. And if you can tolerate those type of things, you can tolerate this as well. And the way I do it is I got a very large coffee cup here. That's not the largest you can have. I'd say it's a medium-sized coffee cup in my little Keurig, or whatever you call it, Keurig coffee maker. Only fills up half of this cup when it goes through its cycle. So what I do is I put the rest cold water in, so it's still hot, but it's not so hot it's unbearable, and I can drink it down a lot faster. It still has a lot of heat to it. I mean, it's still pretty hot, but it's not scalding hot. And you can get it down pretty fast. As you can see, I had a full cup starting out, and I've already drank it down to that much just in this little bit of conversation. But you can get it in, get it down, and move on with your day. So we're drinking this 1 cup now, and we'll drink more later on this afternoon. Alright, sound good? All right, we'll talk to you in a bit. As this day rolls forward, we're going to get this thing rolling again. I have a fire lit under me. All right, so I just dropped my son off at his day program. And I was just sitting here thinking, why the big attack on willpower? I mean, seriously. Willpower is just something that you set in your mind to do, and in order to keep up with doing it, you've got to mentally focus on it. You got to use your will, your very will, your being, to accomplish what you set out to focus your willpower on. Willpower doesn't just revolve around weight loss, it revolves around other things in your life as well. Willpower can affect both good and bad choices. Willpower is your choice, your freedom to choose what you want to do. So why does it come into question or come into attack when people are openly choosing to follow a specific lifestyle? If that's not willpower, then what is it? It is willpower. Is what it is. You are making a conscious choice through will, your own will, to follow a specific pattern or lifestyle or hobby or anything else that you willfully choose to do. It means you're willing to do it. You're willing to do it. So if someone's following a very specific lifestyle, like a keto, like a vegan, that is your willpower allowing you to make that choice. You willingly are doing it through your own will. So it kills me to see that being brought up at all in the first place. Like me, for instance, I'm willingly choosing to enjoy bread and cut calories as a part of my weight loss. That's my focus through my own will. I may have to go off Politarian just to prove this point. I don't want to, but I may do it. I got this far without any specific type of way of eating, but I enjoy the chicken and the turkey, so I'm still going to eat it as much as possible. You may see me a time or two out there trying to get my wife to focus on her well-being. She's said recently that she'd like to find a way to lose some weight and stuff, and that might involve her wanting cheeseburgers and stuff as a part of her diet. And if I can get her on board with the intermittent fasting, which is my main focus anyway, overall, it's always been that, then yeah, I may slide in some, probably not a cheeseburger, because I got too many chicken sandwich choices out there I can consciously make. May slide in like that stir fry or something, if that's what it takes to help her get the motivation and her will going in the right direction, because that is for two, that is something she enjoyed. I got where I didn't enjoy it as much because it became too repetitive for me, but if that's what it takes to get her on board with me, then I think I will go that route from time to time. Not every time, just every now and then. Mainly going to focus on my chicken and turkey burgers like I've been doing recently, but I am going to focus on my calorie deficit a lot more and the zigzag effect that I was talking about in this video. Alright, this thing is going to be long, but it's necessary for me to get a point across. Alright, so we're going to turn this thing around now. Before I go, I just want to add that it took me 3 weeks to gain that 10 pounds. 3 weeks. That doesn't mean that I have failed. It just means that I made a conscious choice to enjoy myself for a little while. I would rather get back on what I was doing that was working and eat whatever I want, because my body's used to eating those foods. Now, getting on a specific way of eating, like a vegan or a keto or something like that, once you jump off those type of diets, they are very hard to get back on. But all I've got to do is control my calories and keep eating my fried chicken sandwiches and onion rings. I'm good to go. And the hardest part about it for me is to retrain my body to not eat at those certain times. That's the hardest part for me, which you have to do that anyway if you're following a specific type of lifestyle and diet. You still have to do that. So any way you look at it, it's all kind of the same when it comes to that part of it. So we'll talk to you in a little while and we'll get some food. I want to add this in here. I done passed a few of these bicyclers now. They're having some kind of bike-a-thon, marathon going on these South Carolina roads. Now, I live in the upstate, the foothills of the mountains. Our roads are hilly and curvy. And this is freaking dangerous. Back in the 70s and 80s, this stuff wasn't allowed on the road for a reason, because it's dangerous. You never know what kind of drivers are out here. Now, if this was like flat country, now look at these hills and dips that we're going into. You cannot physically see these bikers. And they're just kind of everywhere, all over the place. Now, traffic has got to drive behind these, and this is 9:38 a.m. Some people are trying to get to their jobs. I mean, restaurants and stuff, restaurant workers and stuff. Some restaurants don't open till like 11 o'clock. And there's nothing worse for people being in a hurry to get behind a bike marathon on some back street country roads with hills and curves everywhere. Look at all this poor traffic suffering, having to there's no way around it. This is so stupid. Share the road. Share the road. Man, get the heck off the road. Why is there such a thing as a speed limit for going too slow if they're going to allow this type of nonsense on the road? There's a such thing as going too slow, or at least there used to be. Apparently it's not a thing anymore. The other thing I don't understand is mopeds. Why allow mopeds on the road? They can't move. If it can't move with this current speed limit that's required on the road, then why is it allowed at all? I'm just saying. Bike-a-thon. Bike-a-thon. Look at all this crazy nonsense. Man, I'm here to tell you, for the next 2 hours, these people will be straddled out all over the place between here and who God knows where, how long it's gonna go. I just wanted to vent about it. Alright, folks, so it is 9 p.m. at night. Way past the end of the day, I'll say. And I'm having my decaf coffee, like I said, trying to get back in my rhythm, my groove of doing things the right way to lose weight. And I'm going to try to make this as short as possible because we're already at 30 minutes into this video. Today was kind of an uncontrolled day, meaning I ate a meal that I really couldn't count the calories of, but I did know how to keep it low. for myself. We ate at the Mexican restaurant. I got a chicken. What is it? The chicken stir fry. What is it called? God, I can't even think of the name of it. I get them all the time. Fajita, chicken fajita. So I got the chicken fajita, and I got the lunch special, which, you know, with the lunch it's a little smaller than the dinner, and I got it. It came with some beans and a salad with guacamole and a dab of guacamole and a dab of sour cream on it. So I ate that, and I ate the 2 wraps that it came with. If I had to guess the calorie amount of it, maybe about 800 to 900 calories in the entire meal, if I had to guess. So eating 2,000 and under, I was definitely safe to eat again, which I did. Got home later this afternoon, and I ate some dirty rice I made with 1 turkey patty and some of those single serving cups of rice and roni, and I shared that with my friend Tracy. So probably took in about another 400 to 500 calories through that. So maybe about 1500 to 1600 calories today was what I consumed. And tomorrow I will try to keep it around that or under, to zigzag it. Preferably under would be great, to create the zigzag effect, right? I think I can do that. But yeah, that is all I have for today. We'll hit the scale in the morning and see what it says. See what it says after one day. Maybe a standstill, maybe some weight loss will occur, but either way, we'll know in the morning. Till tomorrow, you folks have a good one.